from knowing nothing about making games to making a living with game art without going to a fancy game art school? Yes, it's possible. Hello and welcome to 1909 Games. My name is Jan and I make games and game art. On the background you see me creating a concept for a dragon kind of eggs, but now I would like to talk a bit about how I was able to make a living with game art. At first, it's not a quick journey, so take your time for it. And secondly, don't get rid of your job too early. So that are just two things I want to mention just in the beginning pretty quickly. Because I had wrong expectations, I think, at the beginning. So I was really like, okay, I will do that. I had a full-time job, and next to it, I created games. And the first game I didn't even finish. I worked a month on it next to the job, so it's not a 40-hour job. No, it's a 40-hour job plus 20-30 hours of making games. And I did YouTube videos and so on. So it was a really, really tough time. And that's something I learned a lot from. So how to finish projects or how to not finish projects in this case. But I finished the project, so I was able to, after that, think about, okay, what do I want to do for a game again? And I made it. So I just started next to the work. So every morning at 4:30 I woke up 5 months in a row. So not a single day. I didn't miss a single day. Not a Sunday, not a Saturday. I was just waking up at 4:30 for 5 months every morning from the 2nd of January, because New Year's, the day after the first day, I was not in the mood. But after that I started up until May, I think. And I was able to make a horror game called Meat Lust. That was a really, really great experience, at least making the game. I have a devlog on this channel if you want to check it out. But it was more like, I didn't make much money with it. So I think it was less than $50. And that before tax. So that's really, really not enough money for the work I put in. But I learned so much from it. And that's something, the first step that I want to tell you, or the first point, is learn your craft. Okay? So just make something and make it really as good as you can, but don't expect it to make a lot of money. And take your time for it. Just take the time you need and don't rush through it. Make it the best way you can, okay? And the second point is that I think selling a service will bring you quicker into a point where you can quit your job. So at least that was my case. For me, it was the case, okay? That doesn't mean 100% that it is the same for you, but in my case, I could make... so I started with Fiverr, and I started with really, really low wages, okay? So I started with, I think the first gig I had was a pixel art gig, and the first customer paid me $35 for a day. So I worked a lot on that, and I think even a little bit more. So it was not even possible to make a living with it. But it was for, getting a good rate. So I got a 5-star review from him, and step by step it got more and more. And I don't know how, but suddenly I got, even outside of Fiverr, I got some customers, because, I have a website where I had a website where I had my service on. I don't have it anymore. But this is, the first step. Get customers, start with a really low wage, and then step by step getting more expensive, because you can say, hey man, I have to take more money because living costs are higher than what I earn here. But that's the second point. For me is like, do something, so do a service and start with a really low wage. Okay, and what I do now is I make courses. As my next point. So I try to diversify my income streams. I don't have that much, and you see me doing not that much on YouTube at the moment, but I will continue making way more on YouTube now. So I hadn't uploaded for months because I had so much to do. It's not like, okay, I have a 40-hour week now. I mean, I got rid of my job, but I still have more than 40 hours to work. And that's something you should keep in mind. Do you really want to work like 50, 60, 70 hours a week? Is that something you can do for years? Because maybe it, take years. In my case, it took, I think, almost 3 years to 2 years. I think 2 years it was, okay? But that's something you have to keep in mind. And yeah, that are the 2 points that I think can make you money. And then the third point is to know, I do courses, for example. I could do a game maybe, and but I want to make something that's not a service anymore, because it's tough if you don't get paid sometimes, or if a project that was for 3 months, just after 1 month is like, oh, we don't have money anymore. That's really, really hard, because I have 2 kids, I have a wife, I need to pay the bills. And so like this, it's not the easiest thing to do. And that's why I now want to go into my own product again, and that is my courses. The X you see right here, for example, will be a course. Of course, this is a speed painting, so it's really, really quick, but I will have a real-time course on that on Udemy. Now, link is in the description, and if you want to get it, please take it with a link in the description, because I will just get more percentages out of it, and it's really hard to make a living, so yeah, it would be nice. And you know what? You can grab it even cheaper there for $10. So that's another benefit for you right here. Okay, but that are the 3 steps that I took to make a living. So start with testing out. Just start with try stuff, learn your craft, then sell your service, and then sell your products. That's the way I want to go, and that's the way I would do it again, because it just worked. I can live from that right now. I have to take some orders again and again, but it is like you can really make a living with that, and don't give up. It can take a lot of time, but don't give up. I think that's the 4th thing I want to tell, that you should just not give up, and just take your time. Take the time you need, and that's all you can do, and learn your craft. Every day, 7 days a week. And if you don't want to do that, then maybe you should, choose another niche that you are really, really passionate about. Okay, so that was the first video, like, for a long time, but now I will make more videos recently, or in the future. So don't forget to subscribe, leave a like if you like this speed painting, and maybe what I told you. And I see you next time. Bye.